Hello, everyone, and welcome to Truly Bedrock Season 2. This is episode 29. And we are once again over here at the beach resort. We're going to be doing a little bit of work for the next couple of episodes here. And yeah, we did a thing, as you can see behind me. So, an old friend of mine hit me up and suggested just doing something simple like this to fix our problem. So if people were to come in here, they will get, a little bit of damage from standing on the magma blocks, but it's a lot better than falling in lava. And then we just added a little bit more in for detail, and it's not exactly what I was going for, but this definitely does work. So thanks again for the suggestions. We did put up a video with us testing some of the things with campfires and lava and how they kind of work weird together. But we uh we are complete with the mountain as far as I'm concerned, the volcano, and now it is time to move forward with this project. Right after I uploaded the episode where we built the volcano, I was on the server trying to figure out the lava situation, and I happened to run into Mr. Rogue Fox. Now, Rogue and I are not on the server at the same time very often, but when we do, we normally chit chat back and forth, have a good little time. We've hung out a few times, and don't don't tell anybody, but I was a fan of Rogue Fox's like way before he even joined Truly Bedrock. I think I subbed to his channel when he had less than 2,000 subs. Don't tell him. I'm a big fan. Anyway, I know he's got a project that he's working on, a build project that kind of bends him outside of his comfort zone as far as building goes. And then I was doing this thing. So we had talked a little bit in Discord about that. And, I shared with him that this was done. He came over to check it out. I'm so proud of this mountain and the way it turned out. I'm very happy with it. And whilst we were chit chatting, he came down here and he kind of looked up at this mountain. He says, this mountain looks like Death Mountain. And for those of you that don't know the reference, that is a reference to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, where Death Mountain is in the background of Kakariko Village. So he said essentially Foxy's village here is Kakariko. And I had to share that with you guys because it wasn't just an LOL moment. No, I actually did laugh out loud. And I can't unsee it or unthink it anymore. So I think that that was extremely hilarious and I wanted to share it. I do believe in the last episode that we talked about what we were going to eventually do with this whole area here. I couldn't spit the words out, but I want to build a hot springs area underneath this whole mountain here. And it's going to be just outside the village. This is the path that kind of winds around. And I have done a little bit of planning, like we have a entrance right here. So we are going to have to take back this wall a little bit, maybe move this guy over just a little bit, possibly knock down these two trees, and then extend the path over here. And I've started digging out just a little bit. We're going to design an entrance, and what I want to do is kind of walk you guys through the plans that we have for today of what we're going to do in this area and then start working on it. It's going to be another lengthy project, so we probably won't get it done in this whole episode. But I think what I want to have is a little bit of an entrance right here, and then we're going to open this area up into something like a reception area. A reception area where you can come and you can get towels, and there'll be some lockers maybe or something that people can put all their stuff in, because who wants to sit in a hot spring, wearing all their stuff? You got to be in a bathing suit, right? Right? I guess we need to get some swimming trunks. So anyway, that's what's going to be here. And it's not going to be a charge anybody anything to get into here, but a little reception area nonetheless. And then behind the reception area, I think I want to have this little hallway and then a staircase leading up. Now, this is the underside of the volcano, and I really love this whole area. This area to me is wonderful. And our staircase unfortunately comes out in a not great area right there. It would have been great if it came about 2 more blocks over. Realistically, the center of the volcano is about here, but I want to be on the outside of what we're going to create. So my plan is to have a natural build that is somewhat man reinforced, if that makes any sense. That humans came over here and saw this natural pool of water and then transformed it into what it is. So we're going to have a big old pool of water here, complete with the bubblies and maybe even a little smoke and stuff like that, indicating that it is a hot spring. One thing that I'm going to probably need to do is shape this guy a little bit. We're definitely going to need to shape this guy just a little bit, maybe get rid of my little bridging portion there. Definitely clean up this area here where I dug out some dirt because I was low on it. Connect this area up here. And I think this area right here, right in here, is going to be our pool. I do want to have these natural step downs. And I think what I want to do is I want to shape this in such a way. This is our height here, right? I want to come over this way and kind of cut it right here and have our pool going that way to the back of the volcano. And then in this little area here will just be a hangout or whatever, another pool. So we're going to have these multi-layers. I am going to fill this layer in possibly, or maybe widen it out a little bit so that it's at the same level here and here, but a thorough, a little thoroughfare right here. I don't like the grass. I think we want to change out every little grass block that we can see into something else. And I'm not 100% sure what I want to do for materials in this build just yet. But I'm thinking polished andesite for the outside, border. Like I said, this is going to be a quote-unquote natural pool that we found, and then we supported it and shored it up and made sure that nothing would collapse in on one another. And then over here where we're going to come out with our staircase, it's probably going to be 3 wide, something like this right here. And I'm thinking that we may go like quartz. Quartz could look really good. It's a real vibrant block. Looks good next to the polished andesite. And it should look good in the stone here. But it is quite expensive. So we may choose another block. But I want to have a pathway that kind of loops around and then up into this area and kind of stops. And then shave this area right here. This guy. Shave this level down. If that makes sense. And flatten it out and then kind of shape the walls. And we're going to have this as the hangout spot, what I was talking about. We'll have some like lounge chairs and stuff like that. So you can come into the shallow end of this pool and hang out with your buddies. You can go over to the relaxing side or whatever. I don't know. It's just a huge plan in my head. And a lot of these projects start out this way. They start as images in my head or ideas. Plans. I don't typically do any sketching in creative, especially on a build like this. So we're just going to go to it. We're going to start getting the materials together that we need for this and then start doing some digging. I've changed my plans for this area ever so slightly. As you can see, we kind of filled in this lower section over here. I did leave the grass in. The more I've been in here, the more I'm like, well, this should have grass in it. It is a little hidden oasis, right? So this is going to be our pool here, and it's going to step down a few times. I really like the look of this. I do believe we'll fill this entire thing in with water. There won't be any flowing water. And I've got plans for this section here. I'm going to use some soul sand. I'm going to use some coarse dirt. We're going to use some podzol, maybe. And what I want this to look like is everything's kind of running to this area. And let's see. Actually, I'm thinking about having a waterfall here too. Just like some water coming into the pool. That could be cool. But anyway, the water flow is kind of going to be heading to this area here, which I need to go in and put some more mossy and regular cobblestone. And so from years of this just sitting here, it's all dirt underneath, that all the stone and stuff has been eroded away. So we might have a little bit of cobblestone lining the top here, maybe some mossy stone, but the major component is going to be dirt, coarse dirt, podzol. Let's see. Put you in, and then we'll put that in. Yeah, we'll do something like that. So obviously we want the mossy stone for, you know, wherever water has been. And we've been growing some vines, so we could do that. Um, I also did flatten this area out too, and I don't think we need to touch. I do want to get rid of this little part right here, but I don't think we need to touch these mountains. I like the natural feel. I may build this guy up just a little bit because this kind of looks a little weird with what's going on right here. So we might just do something like, oh, come on. There we go. Might just do something like that to clean it up a little bit. So I do need to get my hands on some stuff. I have some coarse dirt in one of these guys. Yeah, we got a little bit of coarse dirt. We are running low on grass and stuff like that. Podzol I don't have, but podzol we can get. We can grow a spruce tree, chop it down, and then dig up the podzol. I don't want to use too much of it, and then I should have some soul sand in here. Yeah, right there. But I think I don't like the torches on the path here, and this path does need to be. Actually, it's good. It's a little shallow right here. I might go ahead and put in some more stone brick right along here. Something like this. But I want to see what we have for lighting sources because this is bedrock, so we can put some slabs down, and we do have some sea lanterns. Perfect. So I think in the long run that this is going to look a lot better. I am going to fill this area in just a little bit as well at this level. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just go right here where the torch is, and we'll go right here with this torch as well. And we'll get our blocks. Why not? We've been using a lot of these lately. So I've been hanging out in here for a little while, messing around with the different stuff. Obviously, we've got this reinforced structure here, and I've had a few mobs spawn in here, which is something I don't want. I don't want people to be in here and have to worry about it. So we need to make sure that we keep this place plenty lit. And yeah, we're just going to sprinkle these sea lanterns inside here. I'm going to grab myself some podzol and start placing in the different stuff. Now, we're going to have soul sand for the bubbly effect, and I'm also going to probably put in some campfires, just a few, underneath, to have a little bit of smoke kind of rolling out of the, what do you call it, the water here, to make it look like it is a hot, steamy, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Hot spring. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to place the rest of these sea lanterns in. I do like this a lot better than the torch spam. Unfortunately, the torch spam is going to have to stay for the most part to keep this place well lit. But we can, we can spruce it up a little bit. We could put in like, some shelves or something like that with a torch on top of it. Might look a little bit better. Um, Another thing that would look good, and I don't know if I have any. I do not, but we can make some. If we grab the old trusty crafting table. You know, we can take these guys and we can put them up on little posts like that for like little tiki torches. And I do think that this would look a lot better than what we currently have in this area. Yeah, that's already looking better. Um, the shelf ad, not so much. Doesn't look terrible, but I think for this main level here, we definitely don't want the torch spam. So time to continue on, get cracking with a few more things. Hopefully, we have a nice um, area here, and we can start filling in water very, very soon. I've got the lighting in around the path here, and I think this is starting to come together fairly well. The next thing that we need to do is we need to start laying down some blocks in these various areas. And as I said, we're going to have this thing complete with campfires and some soul sand. So originally I thought maybe podzol, coarse dirt. I went into creative and started playing around with a few of those blocks, and I didn't really like the way any of them looked. But there are some terracottas that go well with soul sand and soul soil, and that is the black terracotta, the brown terracotta, and actually the gray terracotta. This stuff does not look bad together. You know, a little bit of darkness. This is a little bit darker than what's going on in here, but these two definitely look pretty good. And I think once we have all of the water placed in, it'll be barely noticeable. So what we're going to do now is I'm pretty much just going to grab the old shovel here and start going to town. And we're going to place in some blocks. We're going to place in um, a few campfires after we get the blocks placed in. And I probably want to do this, you know, systematic, a little bit of scatteredness because we will have that right there. And there's going to be not a lot of rhyme or reason to why we do what we do, which is pretty normal. Let's see, we'll sprinkle in a little bit of the black here. And I think we'll just go ahead and soul sand this bad boy up. I like it. I really do. I really think that this is going to work out. Once we get the water in, it'll kind of look, you know, a little muddy. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I do like it. All right, so I've got some blocks to place, and then we're going to put some water in here. I do need to place in some campfires, and I'm thinking just like what we did up top, we're not going to place a lot in here. You know, one over here, maybe one down there, one maybe over here, and maybe one here. I think four would be good. And I need to place those in as we go. And we learned a little bit in the last episode, and then the little one-off I did about how soul sand works, or campfires rather, with lava, and I imagine that it's going to hold true for placing water above it and stuff like that. So we are going to need some coal. I've got some sticks, but we are going to need some logs and stuff, which I may have the... Yep. Yippers. Perfect. All right. So, what are we missing for the campfire? Just sticks, right? All right. Well, that should be pretty easy, actually, as a matter of fact. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, perfect. Oh, and we could even make the soul campfires if we wanted to. And it says we can make 6? Hold up. Oh, it's because we use soul sand and not the coal. Perfect. I forgot about that. So 1, 2, and we'll have to get rid of a couple of things. I don't really need the dirt path and don't really need that on me at the moment. All right. So let's figure out where we want to place these. I'm thinking one like that. One like that. One like that. And we'll place our last one like right here. And so we should be able to... Yeah, we should be able to put a block directly above it. We should be able to put water above that. At least it worked when we did our um, base last season. So, all right, time to get cracking. I really like the way this turned out. I think that looks amazing. I did relight it up just so we could go and, of course, we needed to get ourselves a couple buckets of water. And I guess we'll just make ourselves a little water source right here for now. And we'll start filling in some water. I think, yeah, I think this is going to work out pretty well. Let's see, do we have the inventory space? We actually do. Now, if you look at my blocks in my inventory, I did put some away, but this is what I have left of the terracotta. I used all of the gray, I used all of the black. What else? I used quite a bit of soul soil and soul sand. Not all of it, but we did use quite a bit of it, so hopefully this won't be too bad. Placing in water is always fun. At least it's better than lava because we can make ourselves, like right here, this is an infinite pool. Not too shabby. Yeah, this shouldn't, let's see. Oh man. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so we're going to do this layer by layer. So we're going to go ahead and cover the next layer. And hopefully that creates a infinite water sources all the way around. And then we're going to do the next layer and then the next layer and we'll see how it looks. This really did turn out pretty good. I like it. We got the bubbles, we got the steam, this screams hot spring. But I think I want to try with some of these guys. And what I'm thinking here is, you know, shed a little light on the situation. You know? I think it could look good. We'll see here momentarily what this, come on. What this looks like. And I just want to be able to see. Yeah. That's what we want. And obviously we could vary these sea pickles a little bit if we wanted a different, light level. Could have some dimmer ones. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to do something like that and go with, you know, see what that looks like. I like it. Ah, man, it's fun to do projects and some that turn out, like the volcano itself turned out way better than I imagined. Um, there we go. Now you can really see what's going on down there. It's not so dingy. Perfect. Well, that is the hot spring side of things taken care of. There still is a lot more work to be done down here. I was going to start on the reception area, but yeah, we didn't do that. We decided to do this today. Um, I do need to fix up the lights here. Not 100% sure what I want to do. The torch spam just looks awful, but there aren't any good, lights. Well, I mean, we could do lanterns. Lanterns do not look bad. That's just a lot of iron, so we may have to go collect some. Because we put all of ours in the shop. So we could do lanterns. We could post them up and maybe hide them back a little bit. This mountain actually won't be hard to light up. If we really wanted to, we could get rid of all of the torches on this mountain and just put in like stairs or slabs and cover that one up. This mountain's going to be a little different, and I'm thinking we might want to build this guy all the way up and have like a ladder or maybe a dirt path that we can crawl up, and that could be like a little dive into the sauna, the hot spring. I think that could be cool. But, guys, I'm out of time for today's episode. I want to get this one up before we head off to California. It's going to be a 2-day drive, and I got to spend some time with the family before we head out. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, also hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified when videos like this go out. And the snow coming through the volcano there just looks really, really cool. Um, yeah, next time we'll come in and we will rework this area just a little bit better. So if you guys have some lighting suggestions or tell me what you think about the hot spring. Again, this is Victim Born's idea, so your comments are always greatly appreciated and sometimes even built on the server. So, as always, guys, I will see you on the next one.